Hey guys, so it is Thursday evening. I don't even know what time it is in the evening, guys, honestly. But I wanted to give you guys an update. Last night I started The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I wasn't sure what book I was going to read first. This is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. The third and final book comes out this year. However, I'm going to be waiting until it comes out in paperback to buy that book. Everyone has said that this is their favourite out of the two books that are currently published. So I'm so excited to see how this one goes. I didn't get very far at all yesterday. I got to page 20, which is chapter 3. One thing that I do love about this book that I completely forgot about is like the little daily articles, like news articles. I like fell straight back into the story, straight into the rhythm. And yeah, I love Jax as a character in this series, so I'm really excited to see how this book goes. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated on this. Okay guys, so it is Friday now. I did read a little bit more of The Ballad of Never After last night. I read to chapter 7, so page 58 of The Ballad of Never After. I am enjoying it. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm finding books very put downable at the moment, apart from the last couple of books I read at the end of August. What I'm aiming for today is to get to page 100. I feel like once I hit that page 100 point, I'm going to feel super into the story again. I love this story though. This is basically it's a very magical, like fairy tale-esque world, and you can kind of feel that by the writing. And you also have fates in here. So the main fate that we really do see a lot is Jax, the Prince of Hearts. He is just, I love him as a character. I mean, so many people don't like him as a character, but I personally really enjoy him. But basically, this trilogy starts with our main character, Evangeline, when she finds what she feels is her true love, ends up trying to marry her sister. So she's convinced that there has been a curse put on him to marry her sister, not her. She goes and makes an offer to the Prince of Hearts, who is Jax. And we kind of follow her and the events that happen after she makes this deal. There is a load of really cute references in here, and I definitely you can tell that it is for a younger audience, but in such a great way. Good morning guys, so it is now Sunday. I just did my planning out of my videos, but I wanted to update you guys quickly before I start editing. I did read a little bit more of The Ballad of Never After yesterday by Stephanie Garber last night. I really didn't read too much. I'm now on page 135, so I read about 35 pages. I'm on chapter 17. I am really liking this. I think what it is like I'm picking up when I'm so tired. And just to be honest, because I just finished my last day at work on Friday, I feel as though like my body is like recharging, so I'm not really reading that much. I am enjoying this. I would say it's definitely a lot faster paced than the first book. Oh my goodness, the way that light is shining on my head makes my skin look really like glowy. I haven't read. I haven't. I'm about to decorate my bookshelves though. Like, I've just added on my little mini vases that I got from the antiques fair. Also, I wanted to update you guys because I got a dispatch message from Amazon. If you didn't know, I am obsessed with this series by Lucy Score. The third and final book comes out on the 5th of September. And that's Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. I pre-ordered it and I got a dispatch message from Amazon saying that it should get to me by the 5th. Okie dokie, we are settled down on the sofa, ready to read. I am currently on page 135, chapter 17. I made no progress last night. Like I said, we built the Lego all day. We just found something out about why this stuff is happening or why this thing happened, and we know that it's something to do with a certain house in the story, which I think is so exciting. Like, I feel like we're finally getting some plot in here. Yeah, I'm on page 162. That was pretty good reading, but I think I'm gonna get an ice lolly and continue reading some more. I definitely, like I said, I definitely think it's getting more interesting now. Like, we're picking up with. Okay guys, I just got to page 202, chapter 25 in The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, and I am happy to say I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more now. Like, we're getting into the balls again, and I love the balls. I love how like whimsical this series has been so far. But yeah, I'm really chuffed. We're on page 200. We are officially past the halfway mark. It feels like it's taken me a very long time to get through this book, like to sit and read this book. I don't know why. I can't tell if it's because I've been busy. Also, I feel like I'm seeing more of a kind of relationship. I'm seeing like I feel a little bit more romance happening in this book, which I really enjoy, that we didn't see as much in the last book. So yeah, I'm very excited to see that. And I was also excited to see some characters' frustration and some characters like concealing their feelings. It's very interesting. There's so many, I feel like there's so many people's thoughts and opinions and schemes being played out in this book, and so many things that are unknown that I don't know, that people who you think should know, like the fates in the book, you feel that they would know some of the things, but they don't. And I think it's so intriguing how all of it's happening. Hey guys, it's 5:30 and I am officially on page 305, chapter 37 of The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I'm really enjoying it now. Things are getting so interesting. We're learning things. The last 100 pages, I feel like we found out so much more. There was a lot more depth going on. There was a lot more plot development. It just felt a lot more, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt a lot more cohesive than the first like 100 pages of the book. Again, like I said, I love the feeling of whimsy you get when you read these books. The first book I felt the same way. You get this super like whimsy feeling, fairy tale-esque. It's really a great feeling that I don't think I've ever had when reading other books, and that makes this book and this series extremely unique to me. Okay guys, it is coming up to 6 o'clock. I am at part 3, A Murder of Monsters. I only have like 40 pages left of the book, and it's getting so sad. But I'm also kind of frustrated at our two main characters. Like, I feel like there's like a love interest thing going on, but like nobody talks to each other and it pisses me off. I still love Jax as a character. I really like our main character Evangeline as well, even though she is a bit reckless. Like, she does frustrate me at times. I do love Jax. I'm not particularly sure on Lala anymore after the revelation that we had from her. And I'm also just a bit confused. Like, it feels like this whole kind of, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it feels like this whole kind of book, the series, may have been able to be solved in like 2 books if it wasn't so drawn out. Unless Jax knows something that we don't know, which is almost an always thing in these books. Like, Jax knows more than what he tells anyone and what anyone else knows. It also feels like stuff is so secretive that it's frustrating me. Like, everything is so secretive, and I don't know if I'm just not seeing the hints as clearly as other people do, but like, I'm not picking up on any way that these things are like solvable or whatever, and I'm kind of just frustrated. Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm kind of frustrated about the whole like mystery beyond certain things in the like about certain things in the book. Like, I get it, there's a storytell curse and there's all of these other curses going on, hence like the fairy tale-esque world, but I am starting to get frustrated at like the limitless amount of things that Evangeline knows. And I'm also kind of frustrated because she just shifts her focus so much. Like, I wish we had more of like a continuous determination from her. There is no determination, and then she puts her determination in people based on what she feels she owes them, which I just don't know. I feel like maybe she is an annoying character. Maybe I don't like Evangeline, who knows. Anyway, I'm not sure what this my rating for this book is going to be. I'm kind of very conflicted right now. I think I give the first book 4 stars, and I do think I enjoyed the first book more than the second, which is unusual because most people enjoy the second more. It was 4 minutes to 11 in the evening, and I finished The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, the second book, and the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. Now, I have unpopular opinions on this book. I was having a couple of issues reading it to start off with. Like I said, I felt there was frustration with the plot holes. I felt like things weren't described to us or explained, like how a fate became a fate, things like that, unless that's content from the first book that I forgot about. But also, just I feel overall frustrated with the characters in here. I'm also just relatively frustrated about the ending. Like, it felt very like old school YA ending. This is going to be a 3-star read from me. It went from being a 3.5 to 4 to being a 3. It's a solid 3. I'm frustrated at it, but I did still really enjoy it. I still do like Jax's character and Evangeline. I just think they're very frustrating, and I can definitely tell that this is not necessarily as high stakes as something like Sarah J Maas. Okay guys, it is the 5th of September. Last night I told you guys I finished The Ballad of Never After, and I had kind of conflicting feelings. However, I feel really good about reading right now. Like, I feel like I just need to get through the first book of this video, or first book of the month, to feel really into reading again. But last night I actually picked up Scarred by Emily McIntyre. I wasn't sure I was going to pick up another book because Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score is getting delivered to me today, and I am unbelievably excited about it. I didn't get very far. I only got to chapter 3, which was page 20, and this is about 400 pages, but this would be a series continuation. I currently have 4 books in the series. There's currently 5 books out. I've read 1. This would be the 2nd book that I'm reading, so this would be a series continuation for me, and this is basically like a twisted fairy tale-esque kind of book. However, the author herself does say basically don't take this as like a romanticized thing. These characters are the bad guy, and they're not intended to be like, they're villains, and they're not going to become the hero of the story. They are just villains the whole way through. I really loved the way that Hooked was done and the way it was written, and I felt as though, even though yes, was it a fractured fairy tale, it felt just really well done, and it wasn't kind of like other dark romances where things that have been done and said are kind of unforgivable, in my opinion. Guys, I have some updates for you. I am so excited. My Amazon parcel came, my pre-order of Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score, which I'm so excited for. Also, I have been reading today. I've been reading Scarred, as I picked it up last night. I think I only got to page 20 last night. I'm now currently on page 99, which is chapter 13. And I am really enjoying it so far. I feel like I could easily get through another 100 pages or so of this book, so I'm definitely going to stick with this book for today, I think. But I'm so excited for this book. I literally like ran out to the Amazon man. I'm pretty sure he was like, why are you so excited about what feels like a book? But oh well, let's do a satisfying little... Oh, it's so satisfying when they actually pull all the way. Like, it's nothing worse when the Amazon tabs don't pull. Look how pretty this book is. Oh my goodness. Oh, to 12-year-old, 17-year-old, 21-year-old and 30-year-old me, you were never the disaster you thought you were. It's all going to work out. I've never been more excited about a new release, honestly. Okay guys, it is 6:30. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I'm on page 210, chapter 27 of Scarred, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's very dark, it's very twisted. One thing I will say is I love how the kind of, I'm gonna say relationship, even though you couldn't really call it that right now in the book. I really enjoy how it's quite slow burn. Like, even though it is a twisted dark romance, I love how well written it is, as in it's a slow burn to build feelings, to get them feeling trusting of one another, and I think that that's so needed in a dark romance like this. Like, I feel like you have to have that kind of slower development of a relationship because there's so many small things that you need to kind of organise out. I think it's so good, like it's so good, because I'm rooting for them so hard, even though debatably they shouldn't really be together. Like, it's so interesting to me and I'm loving it so much. Yeah, it's time for a quick update. It is now Thursday, so aka the day that we are packing up to go home for like a weekend or so. Then once I finish painting my nails, I am gonna continue reading Scarred by Emily McIntyre. And I haven't chosen the books I'm taking with me on the trip yet. I will probably choose them with you. I mean, I'm probably gonna try not to be too dramatic because I do want to mainly try and read Things We Left Behind. It is now 5 minutes to 10. I've been on the phone to my mum for the last hour from 9 to 10. Anyway, I painted my nails. This cute colour here is the shade Cactus. It's actually lighter than it's looking in camera right now. So I haven't had any time to read Scarred. So I've come to the conclusion that what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these two. I'm gonna take Scarred, I'm gonna take Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Okay guys, thought I would update this reading vlog because I just finished Scarred by Emily McIntyre and I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I really loved this. Rather awkwardly, I was reading a particularly smutty scene as Luke's dad came in this morning to the kitchen, so that was awkward. But yeah, it was such a good read. I really would highly recommend these if you like a dark romance. I really love this series. I'm loving it so much, and I kind of like have a desire to go into the next book, which I think is called Wretched or Wretched. Good morning, guys. The 11th of September, Monday the 11th. Yesterday, I did start reading Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. Now, I'm not actually as far behind as I thought I would be in my reading plans. I said I wanted to be about 200 pages through this book by the time I came back from my trip. And I'm on page 102 or chapter 8. This is the third and final book in the Knock 'Em Out series by Lucy Score. It's a small town romance series, and you follow these like three brother-like people. So there's two of these guys are actual brothers, and then one of them is like their super close friend that they've had since they were young, like children. This follows Lucian's perspective, which is kind of like the found family brother of the three brothers, and Sloane, and we see their relationship prior to this across two books, and we see how much they despise each other, but we don't know why, and you still don't know why going into this book. So I'm so excited to discover what actually happened between them when they were younger. We've had one flashback so far, and in that flashback we kind of learned that they did know of each other when they were younger, and so we know that we're talking about something that happened when they were younger being the reason for so much hostility between them now. I am frustrated because we still don't know what is going on, and like we still don't know why they don't talk to each other, and I would love to, basically I want to know why they don't like each other before the halfway mark of this book, because I feel like, you know, it's something that's been going on for two books at like 600-ish pages each, that maybe it should be kind of coming to light kind of early in this book, considering it is about them, and they clearly can't move forward from their hate for each other without addressing the reason why they have this hostility towards each other. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday the 12th of September, and do I have some reading updates for you? So yesterday last night I finished Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. This is such a hard one for me because I wanted this to be a 5-star so bad, but there just felt to me like a couple of things felt a little bit too rushed. Like I feel like I could have had like another 100 to 200 pages with Sloane and Lucian because of something that they were sorting out near the end of the book. I felt as though there could have been like another 100 pages to kind of feel as though they definitely took that time for the forgiveness that needs to take place. But yeah, I absolutely loved this series. I think overall it is definitely a 5-star romance series for me personally. I'm going to be giving this book I wanted to update now because I don't think I'm going to be talking a lot throughout this book because I generally can't. It's the 8th book in a series that I love and I feel so many emotions towards, and that is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start it today. I don't know when I'm exactly gonna start it today because I've got some editing to do ready for my upload tomorrow. I also have some uni work to do, but I have scheduled the evening out for reading. I am undoubtedly excited for this. Basically, this series you follow a assassin called Selena. She is basically the best of the assassins. She's been trained since she was a very young girl to be an assassin, and she's been in the Assassin's Keep for years. Just trying to think about what I can say because obviously I'm so far through the books now. Yeah, so she's basically like one of the best assassins until she gets caught and she gets taken to this god-awful prison called Endover, and it's basically where all like traitors go, and they go mining, and they literally are expected to mine basically till their death, and it's a very grueling place for her to be, and all the people in there, the slaves, they're called slaves in there, it's just a dreadful place to be, until one day someone comes to give her an offer that she cannot refuse to basically try and be the king's champion. And that is basically all I can really say, and from there the story kind of progresses, interweaves, locks. There's some romance in this series. It's not the sole focus though. Guys, just wanted to do a quick update for you all. We brought new pillowcases today for the sofa, which I'm so excited about. We went for sage green and white. Quick reading update. Yesterday I only read to page 38, which is to chapter 4 of Kingdom of Ash, which honestly is not very far at all, but I just feel physically sick. Like, I'm anxious about what's going to happen to my favourite characters right now and what's going to happen to the characters and how this is going to turn out. Guys, this lighting is horrific. I got a little bit further in this. I'm on chapter 6, page 65. I'm not going to lie to you, in the 25 pages that I read, hence my mascara smudges, I bawled my eyes out again. I wanted Rowan's POV so bad, and now I regret it because I can't stop crying about it. But I am going to continue to read tonight for like an hour or so, probably, maybe. I'll get hopefully an hour worth of reading in. Okay guys, so I haven't updated this reading vlog in a while, which I did say I wouldn't do. I wanted to pop on here because I'm currently vlogging my first week of uni, but I wanted to come on and tell you guys and give you guys an update because of course I'm still reading Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. If you can tell by my humongous amount of tabs, I have been loving this book. I feel like it took me a couple of chapters to get back into the story. I read almost 200 pages yesterday. So much was going on in this, so many important things were happening, so many like gut-wrenching things were happening, and they are still happening, things are still going on. We just had a POV switch though, and I can't really say the characters and things, but one of the characters, like the characters we had a POV switch to, is just from such a different level. Like, I feel like the POVs that we have mainly been in this whole time have been, for me anyway, so high stakes, so emotional, so sad, so upsetting, so like infuriating in some cases, but in a good way. Like, you want to feel that way because of your characters and how much you love the characters by this point in the series. At least I would hope you love the characters if you've got this far in the series. The POV that we just had, or that I stopped partway through, like just feels so chill and like inconsequential to the rest of the book that I've been reading. Like, it just mind boggles me about how almost tone slow this goes. Like, this POV that I'm reading from right now is so slow. Like, it feels slow, their time feels slow, it doesn't feel as high stakes in ways. Okay guys, I have some updates for you. Some updates because I had a moment of realisation as I was ending my first week of university vlog that basically next week on Sunday I will be uploading my Defeat the TBR update, and I want this video to go out prior to my Defeat the TBR update so that you guys can see my reading, thoughts, feelings, emotions, which means that I need to finish this book, Kingdom of Ash, by Wednesday. And honestly, I think it was a kick in the ass that I needed because I've been reading this super slowly because I don't want it to end. Like, I'm aware this is the last book in this series and I will not necessarily see these characters again, feel the way that I felt about this series again. Even upon a reread, you know, you never get to that feeling of reading something for the first time again. And I think I'm like really put on edge by that, and I've just been slowly reading it and enjoying every moment. Okay guys, super quick update. I didn't manage to do my reading chunk yesterday, Sunday, so I'm having to read, I need to read 300 pages today to stay on track, which honestly feels kind of like a lot because I've had a full day at uni, but I am really loving it. I just wanted to give you guys an update because I'm on part 2 now, Gods and Gates, which is page 589 and chapter 68 is the pages that I am on. I have got a yellow tab here for the 150 pages, and then to get to the 300 pages that I would love to get read today, I've got a little red tab here for where I should stop. So I've kind of tabbed myself out. This is how much I've got left. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, and I am really sad, like, thinking about it. Like, every time I'm not reading this book, the reason why I'm not reading it is because I'm so sad that this series is going to be over. And I keep saying this and I keep repeating this, but it's just so good, and I'm so sad because the thing is, I know that this official series is finished now. Like, with ACOTAR, when I was finishing that, I knew that there is going to be another 1 or 2 books in that series. With Crescent City, I know there's at least one other book coming out in that series, possibly even 2. So because I know that, I'm less intimidated to finish the series, whereas with this, like, I'm so connected to these characters, I don't want to let them go. Okay guys, I wanted to give you guys an update. It is now Tuesday. I came home earlier from uni than I expected. Yeah, I had to stop, and I wish I was time-lapsing this because it would have been so funny for you guys to, well, for me to watch back and also for you guys to see, because I had to stop because I was sobbing so hard at something that happened, and I was just uncontrollably sobbing, and I've just read the bottom. And reading the last line on the chapter before, it actually makes me tear up still. Like, literally, Luke came upstairs and had to bring like with tissues and everything, and I was just like so many tears, so much snot. Yeah. Emotionally distraught is a true word after what happened then. But yeah, that's why I had to stop last night, but I'm gonna try and aim to read a good amount today. Like I said, I came back early so that I can read this. I'm gonna see how much I can get read by 5 p.m. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the mascara around my face. It has been a traumatic 200 pages. It is now 5:25 in the evening, and I have officially got 50 pages left, actually just under 50 pages left. I have cried so hard to this book, and I wish I was time-lapsing like I keep saying, because it would have been so interesting to look back on and also kind of funny for you guys to see. But as you can see by probably my mascara right now, I have been crying my heart and soul out. This book has made me cry numerous times. It is just phenomenal. Phenomenal, really, really, really well written. And I was actually saying to Luke that I would probably place this series above ACOTAR. But yeah, I've got 50 pages left, and I'm going to go ahead and finish it off now. I should be finished around 6, I think. My reading pace has been pretty slow with this book, all in all, so I wouldn't be surprised if it took me until 6:30 to finish the last 50 pages. But I'm hoping for some lovely scenes, some rebuilding, some... I'm really hoping to see some happy scenes, guys, because this book has broken me. For the last 930 pages, I have been crying so solidly every time I pick up this book. So I'm so hopeful that we're going to have some happiness at the end of this book. Just a quick update, very, very quickly. It is 6:20 or 6:21 more precisely. I've just finished. It was such a happy ending. I'm gonna, you can see my pink tabs, my new pink tabs, because I ran out of like the reddy, lighty, pinky shades that I was using. But I'm gonna come back in a second. I'm gonna wash my face, and then we will give my final thoughts. Okay guys, my SD card ran out of space on my camera. I do have a second SD card, but I am not going to go around digging for it because I'm not entirely sure where I've put it at this moment in time. I thought I'd give you guys a wrap up of everything that I have read for this video this month. I'm actually really proud of how much I've read. I'd be really interested to get a page tally for how much I've read this month, because I feel like I've read a lot, even though it's not necessarily a lot of individual books. I am not going to go into depth about my thoughts, feelings, emotions, star ratings, because you'll see that all in my Defeat the TBR episode, which will be coming in literally in like 3 days time. Here is the stack of books that I have read in this video. I'm going to go through quickly and run through each book that I read in this video for you guys, because I know it's a long one at this point. And I'm just going to tell you guys where this leaves me for my series grid, and I will also pop up on the screen the amount of series that I have left on my currently reading grid. The book that I read in this video, if you guys can remember, all the way back to the beginning of this video, was The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. This is the second book in the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. The third book of this is not currently out. It comes out in November, I believe, but I will not be buying it in hardback. I will be waiting for the paperback. So for me, although the release date is in November, I believe, this year, I will not be picking this book up until it's in paperback form. Therefore, this book is going to be leaving my currently reading shelves. This is going into the pile of book series that I am completely up to date with, that I've caught up with all the books that are currently published in that series this year. Yes, this is a book taken off of my currently reading list, which is so exciting. Next, I read Scarred by Emily McIntyre. This is the second in the Never After series. This is a fractured dark romance series, However, I would just like to say that I think I enjoy these so much because there are redeemable qualities to these dark characters. They don't seem completely irredeemable or irrational or not thought out for the reasons that they're doing the things that they're doing. This is the second in what I believe is going to be a 5-book series. Hang on. Oh wait, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually see. This is the second in what I believe is going to be a 6-book series, because I believe there's going to be one more after the 5 that I own. 5, this is the second one that I've read, but out of the 5 that I have, I believe there's going to be one last book in this series that Emily McIntyre is currently writing, so this counts towards a series continuation. Then we have another finished series, and that comes with Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. This is the 3rd and final book in the Knock 'Em Out series. This is a romance series by Lucy Score that I have absolutely adored. I was so excited for this. You guys saw I got it pre-ordered to my door, literally, and I was so excited for this book. This counts towards a series finish from my currently reading list, which is honestly so exciting to me, and I'm so proud of myself. The first series finished in this video, and also the second book series coming off of my currently reading list. And finally, the 5th, but definitely not least exciting book of this video is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. My eyes are watering thinking about this book. This book has me emotionally scarred in a chokehold for a very long time. It took me a very long time to read this book. 2 weeks, because I was just trying to savor it. But yeah, these are all my tabs. This is the 8th and final book in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. This is also the only book that I had left in my collection to read by Sarah J Maas now until the 3rd and final Crescent City comes out. This obviously counts as another book that's coming off of my currently reading list. So in this video alone, we have managed to complete 2 book series, being the Knock 'Em Out series and Throne of Glass. We have managed to continue Scarred, also managed to continue a book series, but continue the book series that will not be remaining on my currently read shelf, as the next release is not currently out, and that was The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I would call this video a massive success. Yeah, I feel like I have definitely read a fair amount from my series, and honestly at the moment the books that I'm most excited for on my bookshelves are all series based, so that could be some very good news for me. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I would like to see more videos from me, and I'll catch you guys all in my next one. Bye!